Hello guys, welcome on Tesla Adventures. In this video, we are going to discuss the impedance triangle and Wattless current. These are very common topics and these are oftenly asked in board exams. So let us start from the phasor diagram. We have already discussed the phasor diagram of series LCR, which we have drawn in the video of LCR series circuit. So in that phasor diagram, we already discussed that the series circuit has current as a common factor, and therefore we place the current on x-axis, which is the common axis. The voltage across inductor is placed on y-axis, pi by 2 ahead of the current, and voltage across capacitor is placed on negative y-axis, pi by 2 behind the current. The voltage across resistance is placed along with the current because we know that the voltage across resistance is in the same phase with the current. Okay, and now let us just imagine that VL is greater than VC. So the net voltage of VL and VC will be VL minus VC on the positive axis, and the resultant voltage of these two, this one and this one, will be like this. This is V. So V will be under root of VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. This will be the resultant voltage, net voltage. And this is the phasor diagram considering assuming in fact that VL is greater than VC. And obviously this assumption goes correct when the circuit has high frequency current. Okay, so this is the phasor diagram. Now if we talk about the wattless current, then we can say that if this angle is phi, and if we take the components of the current in two directions, let's suppose that this is the one component of current, this is I perpendicular. I'm referring it as I perpendicular due to the fact that this component is perpendicular to the net voltage, and this I perpendicular is equal to I sine phi. And this component which is along the voltage is I parallel, and this is I cos phi. Okay, now if we write down the power loss, average power loss due to I perpendicular, then we can say that the formula says that it is Vrms IRMS cos phi, and we can easily predict that Vrms, obviously Vrms is net voltage V, IRMS is taken as I perpendicular, this one, and the angle or the phase between voltage and I perpendicular is 90 degrees. So we can say that this is cos 90, so it is 0. So what I am trying to say that the contribution in power loss by I perpendicular is 0, and there is due to this fact we can refer I perpendicular, which is I sine phi, is called as wattless current. Now what is the unit of power, and wattless means that it does not contributes in power loss. So I sine phi is the wattless component of current, and this phi is the phase difference between net voltage and net current. So if in the question it is directly asked that find out the wattless component of current, then you can directly refer it as I sine phi, where phi is the net phase difference between net voltage and the current, net current. Now if we remove the current from all of these voltage functions, let's suppose if we divide the net voltage by current, then it would become the impedance. So we will divide the net voltage with the current, and we will place the impedance Z along this. This is Z. If we divide this VL minus VC with current, then on this axis, obviously these two are equal. So on this axis, it would be XL minus XC. And if we divide VR with current, then on this axis, it would be resistance R. This triangle shows the impedances, and this is called as impedance triangle. And the cos phi, which is also called as power factor. This is power factor. It is obviously R upon Z. This is the power factor cos phi. Okay, guys. So this is the impedance triangle, and this is the Wattless current. And I also explained that why it is called as Wattless, because its contribution in power loss is zero. Hence, it is called as Wattless, as we know that Watt is the unit of power. So thank you, guys. In the next video, we'll be discussing the parallel LCR circuit. Thank you.